Thank you very much.
The band will perform Magna with trumpet solos, Amy Baker and Aaron Pierce. Shenandoah on the line, and will conclude with the Gate City Fight Song. The band dedicates this show to our football team and coaches for a great season, and to you, our Gate City fans, for your continued support and appreciation. Thank you.
welcome back. Hope you enjoyed halftime festivities. They actually continue. The John Handley Judges marching band. Now the Gate City Blue Devils remain on the field. We're at halftime with the score. The John Handley Judges 12. The Gate City Blue Devils 7. The scoring opened on Handley's first two possessions. Trey Kern's got a 5-yard run for 6 points. The point after touchdown was no good, 6-0 Handley. And then on the ensuing possession from Gate City, they fumbled to Andy Vipperman. The Handley Judges took advantage. Danny Westfall, 10-yard touchdown. And it was 12-0 as Brian Partlow ran to try to even it up at 14 and was tackled, banged up his hand a little bit. We haven't seen ill effects, we don't think. And Gate City tried to get things rolling later in the first quarter and into the second quarter, and they ended up scoring halfway through the second. Josh Shoemaker went 1-yard run up to get on the Q-base sneaker. The kick was good from Matt McClellan, and it made the score at the 6:09 mark of the second quarter. The John Handley Judges 12 and Gate City 7, so no scoring, a slow game. You see the field conditions as they pan around with the rain falling all afternoon and all day long. Gate City comes back onto the field. Handley arrives as well. And this kind of game, Craig, favors Gate City. Low scoring, 12-7 at half. Handley hasn't faced that this year, having an opponent that close coming into halftime.
Yeah, coming into the second half, Coach Ron Lynn is going to have to make some second half adjustments with his defense. They're going to have to try to stop this running game by the Group A Division 4 game winners. They're going on the ground game to Kevin Gibson mainly, a 14 carries, 56 yards. On the running game, because of these field conditions, you can't pass the ball quite as accurately. So the Handley Judges offense is going to have to slow down their routes a little. You can't go with the efficiency and the speed and the precision in the routes that they run on a good field. The play is slower, the running of the routes is going to be slower, and not as exact.
I can tell you one thing, Craig. Nick Calobro, the head coach of the Gate City Blue Devils, probably went in the locker room and I no doubt said, we've got them where we want them. 12-7, we say that because Gate City has come from behind in a majority of their games this year. They were involved in about 6 shutout games. That won't be the case today. They won 5 of those. But they're used to coming from behind, and in the fourth quarter, that's how they advanced to this game right here. Last week was 2 field goals from the Blue Devils to win it and defeat William Campbell to make the state championship by a score of 13-12. And they also came from behind and scored 2 touchdowns rather late after trailing throughout in the opening round of the playoffs. Both teams back on the field, beginning their stretching and warming up as the band clears. Handley on the near side, getting all set for second half action. We still got a minute and a half to go. But Craig, that's let's see how Handley adjusts, because the Gate City Blue Devils, it's their type of game, and Handley's going to have to try to change that around. Of course, like you said, the field conditions had a lot to do with it. Gate City, when they started getting the momentum, they made some couple of rushes. Of course, Handley rose up and stopped them on a 3rd down or 2 when they needed to. Then there were several, 1, 2, maybe 3 personal foul penalties, and that just did nothing but help Gate City out. And so personal foul penalties and 2 interceptions from Brian Partlow, just a few things uncharacteristic of the 1994 John Handley Judges.
Yeah, the timing isn't quite there today with these field conditions, so the Partlow brothers have to somewhat slow it down. Both interceptions were tipped. The low score indicative of the low offensive yardage. Handley with 99 yards total offense in the first half. Gate City with 83 yards total offense. So not much on the offensive numbers, so you're going to have to rely on your defense to stop the opposing offense's running game here in the second half. Handley needs to open it up a little more, see if they can get that running game with Trey Kern going up the middle and give him some pitches to get him outside wide, because he can get some good footing on the outer edges of the field, where up the middle it's pretty muddy and pretty tough going in there, and they're just clogging that center up on both sides. That's what Handley needs to do against the Gate City offensive line. Clog up that middle. Gibson likes to take it in the middle behind his 2 blockers. Once in a while, he'll take the pitch from quarterback Shoemaker. Shoemaker passing a few times in the first half, 3 for 4, 14 yards to keep the Handley defense honest.
As they gather around and they're just talking amongst themselves at the sideline, no coaches in the middle saying, let's get together, fellas. They will receive the kick because they deferred with winning the coin toss in the opening series this afternoon here. Gate City, Virginia, Scott County. They'll just come back on the field anyways, the captains, and Handley will tell them we want the ball. That's a key play to end the half. Gate City scored, making it 12-7, helped out by a couple of personal foul penalties. Trey Kern heads out. You got to play ball. Actually, Matt McClellan and Matt Johnson there for Gate City, the Blue Devils. 3 important players here in this game, and may play a role in the second half with Trey Kern there. As the Handley judges will get to receive the second half kick, as you see, after they deferred. The big key was getting back to Gate City. They scored with the help of some penalties and good rushing. They picked it up, and they started beating a Handley at the line of scrimmage. And then a big interception by Michael Partlow really sealed it as Gate City was getting down inside Handley territory. They could have taken the lead or done something before half. And 1:01 to go. Big interception, INT from number 87.
Yeah, the senior stepped up, made the big defensive play late in the second half as the Gate City Blue Devils were on the drive to score a touchdown possibly and get back in this game or tie it. And he stepped in, made the interception that killed their drive at the end of the first half to give it back to the judges. They then ran the clock out to get to halftime as we start the third period here. Let's see if the judges can get that offense on track here in the second half. Hopefully they've made some key adjustments here and try to get that offense going on these poor field conditions.
Here we go. Maybe a little bit of a surprise, but if you look at the field, 12-7. Handley has led throughout. They lead it by 5. And it will be an important first possession here for the John Handley judges. Matt McClellan, the 175 6-foot senior, will kick off to the judges. And back deep for the judges to receive the ball. They're kicking off from their 40, and they do keep it on the ground. And Jerron Smith just covers it, and Handley's got pretty good field position at the 34-yard line.
Good play by Jerron Smith to fall on that football and not take a chance with a fumble in these wet field conditions. A good play by Smith covering up the football in the opening kickoff, giving the judges decent field position to start off the second half.
As you see Jerron Smith coming off the field. Now they set out 1st and 10. There goes Brian Partlow and Danny Westfall to run the Handley offense. Jamie Jones in at a tight end. They're working from the 33-yard line, heading, of course, left to right. 12-7. We're underway, second half, Gate City, Virginia. Handley leaves the Blue Devils. First play gives to Kern. Cross the 35 to the 37-yard line of Handley. Pickup of about 4. It'll be second down and 6 or 7 for the John Handley judges. See if they do, haven't gone to the pass lately. They've tried to keep it down on the ground. Craig with Trey Kern.
Tough going on those pass plays. The rain seems to have let up here as we begin the second half of play.
Westfall at the top of your screen. The fake pass on the keeper, Brian Partlow. Short of the first. Good play. I think they ran that earlier today. He fakes the handoff to Kern and goes around end. And he's short of the first down, but a good play for the Handley judges. Handley likes to do that, Craig. They like to go back to plays. Their 2 big passing plays were the same play last week. I think good for 65 yards and 54, 59-yard touchdown play last week against Nottoway. And that time, the play worked and Partlow running each time. Partlow taking his time, calling the play in the no-huddle offense. Twin receivers out of your picture. They're on the right side. It would be at the bottom of the screen. Gives to Kern. Kern may be short. Oh, he's up there near the 45. Should have the first down for Handley. So they pick up a first. Mission accomplished. Trey Kern.
Unofficially, the 7th first down for the Handley judges. Gate City with 7 first downs also. The judges have converted 1 third down conversion in the first half, and now they've got the first down, keeping it on the ground thus far here in the second half. The double receivers out to the wide again. Westfall and Partlow out near side. They're on the good grass, so let's see if they can get something going offensively out here on the good field condition.
6 men up on the line of scrimmage. They try to come from behind. They get maybe a yard on the keeper.
Tackle by number 40.
What's the significance of running that play? Just to try to catch him off guard and bust it? Runs a sneak on first down, or was it a broken play?
Trying to keep them off sides a little, trying to mix it up. Maybe they're possibly doing a decoy here for the offensive pass play.
Trying to have the line of scrimmage all part of the scheme. They've got a slot right, and Brathwaite is in the slot. Partlow calling out the play, getting some help from his linemen. That's Westfall at the top, Partlow at the bottom. Jumping around, with only 3 men on the line. Partlow back to pass, looks for his brother across the middle, is short. Pressure. And they wanted a roughing the quarterback, but no penalty markers, and you hear it from the Handley faithful. Brian Burke knocks Partlow to the deck. The 12th grader, 6'1", 180. His brother was open, but I guess the pressure, and it made Brian release it early, but on the slant, his brother was wide open, but the ball fell short of his feet because of the pressure.
Good pressure there by the Gate City defense. They put pressure on Partlow, made him hurry the pass. He had to throw it early before Michael made the break to the football, thus the pass incomplete.
3rd and 8, ball short of midfield. Twin receivers to Partlow's right. Having a tough day today with the conditions. Struggling a little bit. Here he goes back to pass. The ball just lofting up there. Intercepted. 50-45, play ball. Knocked out of bounds. And into the fence goes a rushing Handley defender. That ball just floated, got caught in the wind. Trey Kern had to knock him out of bounds, and Gate City has the momentum and the crowd, and they're in business inside the 35, down near the 33-yard line of Handley. Wow, the ball just floated up there and died.
Ball slipped out of Brian Partlow's hand, and it floated up. Claybaugh with his 3rd interception of the game. Matt Claybaugh picked it off, returned it about 30 yards, sets up the Devils with a 1st down.
Judges calling for some cheering, and to get the quarterback to get shaken up underneath. Gives to Gibson. Nowhere really, up near the 30-yard line. Picks up a little bit. Actually got a few. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Gate City Blue Devils. So a tough break. You just saw the ball just lope and die.
Well, on the previous play, Brian ran the football for about a gain of 1. So when he gets up, he's all muddy and covered with water. Hands are wet. He toweled off, threw the towel away before he threw the pass play, but the ball slipped out of his hand.
Quarterback going back to his backfield. Power formation. Power I. Give to Gibson. He's stopped by Handley. Jason LaRue. At the line of scrimmage, Jamie Jones also over there for Handley. They always seem to rise up when they need to, but they put the pressure on themselves. Actually, Partlow having a real rough day at quarterback. 3 interceptions. Now the defense going to be called upon themselves to show their mettle here. 8:39, 3rd quarter. Handley 12, Gate City 7, with the ball in Handley territory at the 33. 3rd down and 8 yards to go. Vipperman wants some noise from the Handley faithful down in front of us, down below us. That's Shoemaker, the quarterback, and Claybaugh, and also Gibson in the backfield there with the wing to the right. Underneath the center, long count, back to pass. Has plenty of time. Lot of time. Firing up. Partlow's all alone to come under it and pick it off. Does he get it? Yes. Number 2, Michael Partlow. So it's a battle of the interceptions. Michael Partlow has 2. Matt Claybaugh for Gate City has 3. Partlow has interceptions have come at real opportune, important times. 101 of the 2nd quarter when Gate City was driving, and that all but ended their rush in the first half. It did end the rush, and now Gate City was threatening. They got greedy, Craig Carter. He went back to pass. They were kind of having some success on the ground, and Gate City got a little greedy, tried to air it out, maybe catch Handley off guard, and as the wide receiver he is, the safety Michael Partlow just stood back there and camped underneath the ball for the reception. Interception. 7:58 to go, 3rd quarter. Handley 12-7 lead. Partlow looking over the line, taking his time. 4 men up on the line of scrimmage. His brother's to the top of the screen on the left side. Back to pass. Timing route to the sideline, out of bounds. Again, I don't know if it's pass or the wind. Something's going wrong there, Craig. And the last time it was the wind got a hold of it. Now actually the flags are dead up above, so you're just getting away from him a lot, unless he might have thrown that away on purpose.
And since the previous time Handley had the football, the rain had stopped somewhat. Now it's coming down harder, and that can affect the football a lot too, even though they're changing them on every play. The ball still gets pretty wet as it's placed on the field.
At the 20-yard line, he's doing an incomplete pass, first pass from scrimmage. Second possession, second half, John Handley, 12-7 lead. Second half of the state championship game, the wrapper on the curve, he's got an opening. Good play by the Handley judges. They used that little wraparound, and you just don't know what is coming. I'm sure Gate City have seen that on film across the 30 to the 32-yard line. First down, the Handley judges. Might be their first one of the second half. They didn't go anywhere their first possession. Now Handley uses that wraparound, the Kern out of the backfield, and it caused an opening. The defense bit Kern up the middle for a good gain in a 1st and 10 in the third quarter with 7:42 to go. Handley on top by 5, 12-7.
Could be the team that makes the fewest turnovers comes out on top today. Right now, Handley with 3 turnovers and Gate City with 2.
Receivers left and right, single back, Partlow. Give to Kern, hit there, but gets the second effort up near the 35-yard line. Pick up a 4, good second effort by Trey Kern on the spin move after being hit initially by Lindsey Fisher. Kern spinned off it.
Slow to get up.
Slow to getting up, you're right. Covered in mud. We're in the mud bowl, and the Handley medical staff heads out to the 35-yard line to check on Trey Kern. We hope he's okay. We're in the third quarter, 7:09 to go. The Handley judges on top from the outset, but struggling offensively. It's 12-7. Our telecast this afternoon brought to you by Lamar Sloan Ford, First Union Bank, Kern Toyota, F&M Bank, O'Sullivan Corporation, Jefferson National Bank, Mobile, Jiffy Mart, exclusive television broadcast of Adelphia Cable Communications sports presentation, 7:09, 12-7, the John Handley judges, and Kern
originally limping off. Now he's back up and psyched up. It looks like he's going to be okay. He fought off the initial tackle and then came back to regain and got popped a second time, and that's when he got injured, but now he looks okay.
So Handley will set out after Kern picked up the first down. Now Handley on the roll, rolls out to the right, being pressured there, but Partlow gets away from him and hit there to 35, and now they want him out of bounds. Coach Ron Linden, you see the coaching staff, you called it on Gate City. Why can't we get the late hit call? An irate Ron Linden wants the late hit to no avail. Partlow on the keeper, brings up third down. And about 4.5 for the judges.
Brian got outside there, eluded one tackle, broke that one, got hit by a couple other players out of bounds. He was well out of bounds. He fought off those tackles. He didn't get brought down as he ran out near the fence line, and he's back on the field now. Looks to be okay.
Westfall goes to the top of the screen to the left. He's flanked there. Wide right, Michael Partlow. Handley faithful getting into it a little bit. Under 7 minutes to go. We're still in the third quarter. Timeout. Handley takes time. First one of the half. Got 2 left. And they come over and talk about it on the sidelines. There you see the situation. State championship, Division III Group AA. The rain has let up through the afternoon, but still lightly coming down. Been raining all afternoon long. Gate City came in with a little bit of adversity. They had a terrible traffic fatality with one of the county schools. Three young students were killed in a vehicle accident, so they had to go through that and take care and go through the mornings through the week. And the coach was talking about maybe this football game will help that out a little bit and help get back the spirits. But the 3 were killed in a serious traffic accident from a neighboring county school, Twin Rivers, and also they had one of the parents of one of the ball players also passed away this week. So it was a pretty rough week off the field for the Gate City Blue Devils. and they'll try to rise up against the Handley Judges. 3rd down and 4. Ball resting at the 36 of Handley. The crowd looks like giving Partlow a little bit of trouble. He's wiping his hands with the towel, throws it away. Underneath the center, Kevin McKinley. 5 men on the line of scrimmage for Gate City. Kern over the right side. He's going to be short of the 1st down, up near the 40. He kind of just slipped. Maybe he thought he had it. He was tackled at the ankle and dove and didn't make it. He needed to get to the 41 42 yard line, and the Handley Judges are going to be short. It's 4th down, and they don't want to gamble here. Partlow will drop back to punt, and this is the first time in quite a while where the Handley Judges have had to punt 2 times in a ball game. Back deep for Gate City, the Claybaugh twins. There's Partlow ready for the punt. Matt Claybaugh is number 2. Hank Claybaugh is number 6. He gets away a good punt, low, winding, spinning wind, bounces inside the 20, inside the just about the 15. Great punt by Michael Partlow. And the Handley Judge defense will take over and try to do the job. 45-yard punt off the right toe of Michael Partlow. No return. Gate City will start out 1st and 10 from their 15. 5:49 to go. Handley Judges 12. Gate City 7. 3rd period of play in the state championship game.
Handley's now pinned him back with that great punt by Michael Partlow of 45 yards. Pins him back inside their 20, back on their 15. We haven't seen much play down at this side of the field today. It's all been down to the left side of the field. Even though it's pretty muddy down here also, it will be tough going offensively.
Gate City hands off up the middle and gets a good second effort and chunk across the 20 to maybe the 21-yard line. Just like that, picks up 5 yards. And the Handley Judge line pushed back a little bit. Now Gate City in their second possession of this second half.
Gain of 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Started out from the 15. Just about 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Handley still leads by 5. We haven't seen any scoring since the 6:09 mark of the 2nd quarter. Fumble by Gate City, but Gibson covers it. You saw the ball just resting there, if you can see it through the mud, and Gibson recovers. Bad exchange, and that's going to happen, although it seemed like Gate City, up until that point, really hasn't been affected throughout the afternoon with the field conditions, but it showed there.
Clarify the turnovers. Each team has 3. 2 fumbles by the Blue Devils, 1 interception, so they have 3. Also, Handley has 3. They fumbled 3 others, but they've recovered those other 3. 2 on the first 2 kickoffs of the game, and now that poor exchange from center.
4.5 to go. The running clock. Gate City taking a lot of time in the huddle. 12-7, Handley on top. 3rd down and 8. 3rd quarter. Crowd wants defense from the Judges. 4-line front. Crowding the line of scrimmage. Play action pass. Out to the right side. Clayball's open, but he falls and he catches it. Caught out there at the 37-yard line. 1st down. They complete the pass on the Handley Judges. Handley says it's incomplete. He didn't catch it. It was debatable. It was on the far side. Didn't have a great shot of it, but they're calling it complete. It's a 1st down after they faced a big 3rd and 8 for the Gate City, working from the far side of the field.
No pressure by the Handley offensive front 4. They need to put some pressure on Shoemaker. That pass complete, good for 19 yards and a 1st down.
Out of the formation in the backfield, Gibson stopped by Handley for a short gain. Will bring up 2nd and 9 from outside the 40-yard line. Gate City in their own territory. Bipperman, a good job from his linebacking spot, his tackle spot for the Handley Judges. Want some crowd noise. Bipperman calling for the crowd to get into it. They don't want the quarterback to be able to hurl. Equipment timeout. That little huddle in the middle is the officials and a Gate City personnel working on the equipment problem of their top defender, Matt Johnson, coming in with over 150 tackles on the year, and he's been in quite a few plays and a lot of solo stuff. You'd see him isolated and making some individual plays. They work from the 40-yard line. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Clock running at 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Handley leads by 5. Power I formation. Give the last man through. Play ball. Up near the 45, across to the 46, and it'll be short of the first down. Third down and short for the Gate City. Dwayne Borden comes up with a good tackle for Handley. Third and short for Gate City up near midfield.
The Blue Devils mixing it up with their backs now. Gibson, the main man, he's 18 carries, 64 yards. He's their power fullback that'll take it up the center. Then they'll give it to Hank Claybaugh and Matt Claybaugh. Try to get some speed out of those two running backs, and they're trying to mix it up with their offensive running game.
They give to Claybaugh, and Handley stops them. They stuff them. It'll be interesting to see what Gate City does. I guess down by 5, they're in their own territory. You'd think you'd punt, and we'll see what they do. The punt team comes on. Good stop. Handley always seems to play when they need to.
Yeah, 4th and 1 in these conditions.
Big play.
You don't want to commit the turnover or not get the first down here. You want to punt the ball because you figure there's not going to be a lot of offensive movement the way this field is deteriorating.
He'll punt for the third time tonight. Joey McBrien. He would be the quarterback if not for the talented sophomore Josh Shoemaker. He's back inside his 35. Michael Partlow and Danny Westfall standing at their own 35 down left of the screen. Quarterback is into the game. I'm not sure if he's always in that position. Watch the fake. They're going to punt. Quarterback just... Partlow will let it just... Oh, he's going to let it bounce, but it doesn't bounce. It dies right in the mud short of the 20 at about the 22-yard line. A 34-yard punt for Joey McBrien and the Gate City Blue Devils. We'll see. This will be an important possession here for the Handley judges. They're up by 5. They've led it from the outset, 12-7. 1:29 to go in the third quarter.
No scoring here in the third quarter, just the turnover on the interception by the Blue Devils. Matt Claybaugh now with 3 interceptions out there. Number 2, this left corner. He's out there guarding Danny Westfall.
First and 10 from the 21. Ryan Partlow looking things over. Handley leads it by 5. 12-7 on the turning clock. We're approaching 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Second half, state championship game. Gives to Kern, and Kern a little spin and picks up 2 or 3. Across the 22 to the 23, up near the 24-yard line with the spin move. Short of the 25-yard line for the Handley judges. Picks up 3 as we get closer to the final period of the 1994 Division III Group AA State Championship live from Gate City, Scott County. A long drive for Handley. They brought a couple of charter buses with fans this morning, and the team came down yesterday. 4 men on the line of scrimmage. The linebackers jumping around. Partlow underneath his center. Give to Kern. Kern stops. No gain. Trey Kern. They'll bring up third down and 6 for the judges. They gave him a little bit, maybe 3rd and 5. And they may not get another playoff before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, it looks like when they're down deep in their own territory, Coach Linden continues to run the ball, giving it to Kern out of the backfield, trying to get 3, 4, 5 yards of carry, and hopefully get that first down within those first 3 plays, not wanting to go to the wide-open air offense because it's been pretty tough going here through 3 quarters.
They're not going to bother to run a play. That's it. We're at the end of 24 minutes of the 32-minute state championship game. Led to the final period, and Handley's on top by the score of 12-7. Actually, we've completed 36 minutes to clarify that, and 12 minutes to go. Handley leads it by 5, and we're in the final quarter, Craig, where Handley will try to win a second state championship for Coach Ron Linden. They won it and beat Blacksburg in 1984 in Charlottesville. Now they try to hang on. It hasn't been pretty, but it's been good enough.
Yeah, Coach Linden down there on the field along with Jerry Partlow, talking to Brian, trying to get him in gear to what to do offensively here with their set of downs here. As they've got a 3rd down and 6 to start the 4th quarter, and they're down deep in their own territory. You don't want to commit the turnover here. They want to pick up that first down, pick up about 6 or 7 yards. Maybe the quick short passes will work a little better than those long fade and timing patterns in these weather conditions.
As you see the sloppy field, they practice on this field, and that's what happens with all the mud and slop and right up the middle, but it doesn't seem to affect some of the running here today. I'd expect maybe more slipping and it's filling, but they've both teams done a pretty good job. And the only difference you were concerned about heading in is the first time Handley has faced these conditions all year long.
Third down, 6.
So far, they've done a good job through 3. They've got the lead 12-7. Let's see if they can keep it on track here into the 4th period.
Third down with 6 yards to go at the 25-yard line. Big play here. Partlow rolling left. Firing to Westfall. Complete. First down at the 31-yard line. Good catch. Danny Westfall hands the ball to the official. And a good job there. Westfall, really good possession receiver. You look for the deep timing and fades to brother Michael Partlow and Westfall. Boy, he seems to come up with the 4th and 11s like Nottoway and other pass plays. Now they're going to talk about measurement or say they're short, or they're going to measure. Coach Jerry Partlow was just shaking his head. He couldn't believe it. They're going to time out and measure. They marked it at the 31-yard line. If you look across, the chains were clearly at the 30 at best. And it's just better safe to be sorry. It's a state championship game.
Looks like the
and you're
officials
playing on Gate City's home field.
Officials want to get the call right. The ball is close, just past the 30. Knows the ball just past the 30 in Handley territory. They want to make sure they do have that accurately measured here. Westfall went out about 7-8 yards, came back, caught the ball on a nice button hook pattern back toward the ball, and it was good for 6 yards. And it looks like they're calling 4th down.
Wow.
They didn't get a good spot there, it looked like.
Well, it looked like the markers were on the far side of the field, grant you, but it looked like they were at the 30-yard line, and the referee and official clearly marked his foot outside of the 30, facing the going the Handley way, which we thought would have been a first down, but apparently not. And now the judges will have a decision. I was going to say they were going for it, but now if you think about it, they're on the 30-yard line. Look for a sneak, or do you?
Looks like they're going to go for it. In these field conditions, the offense has the advantage, knowing where they want to go and what they want to do.
Really shows confidence in the Handley defense in case they have a missed snap or just don't come up with a big play here. 4th and not even a yard. 11:53 in the 4th quarter. We'll wait and watch. Just by the possession, you have to give it to them, just by the way the play went. Partlow picks up the first down. And they don't measure. They just send them first. You can watch the play as the officials do. Partlow picked up more than a yard for the sneak. Handley does it. Credit Kevin McKinley up front with the center, and the guards, Cavill and Badaro for Handley.
Good offensive push by their offensive line to give Partlow the time, the measurement to get that extra yard for that first down, a crucial first down for the judges. Their 10th of the contest. As we're into the 4th period here, 1st and 10 judges. They need to keep the ball moving and chew time off that clock.
They lead it by 5, 12-7. There's been no scoring since halfway through the 2nd quarter. They hand off to Curry, spin move, and maybe gets a yard at most. A little frustrated there. Play ball, and Fisher over to help for the Gate City Blue Devils. Winding down there, 11 minutes to go in a state championship game. Did you think it would be this close, Craig?
Yeah, I thought it would be a good game because of the field conditions. It somewhat neutralizes that offensive passing attack of the Handley judges, as they've had trouble today. Partlow 5 for 16, 2 interceptions, only 57 yards, and we're into the 4th. Good defensive play, and the field conditions have helped the Blue Devils defense in keeping this score down.
Partlow's got 2 receivers. Out to the right side, he's back to pass. Has the time this time. Westfall tips it and is out of its reach. Bring up a 3rd down and 9. Just not clicking, and it has to do with a lot of the conditions. You saw the ball just floating on Partlow a couple times in the wind right below us, and the other time he threw a sideline pattern, and the way it just took off on him, he may have been throwing it out of bounds. I wasn't even sure back in the 2nd quarter. Back earlier in the 3rd quarter, I'm sorry, when they were working from the other side, heading the other direction. From the heading south, now they're heading to the north. Brian Partlow having to worry about wiping off his hands all afternoon long. That's got to be a distraction. You're looking, trying to call the play, and he's got a towel and worry about keeping his hands dry. Just another thing to contend with. But he's managing it. Back to pass. Again, the wraparound. Kern. They stop it. He got some room at the beginning, but really went nowhere. Get out to the 33, and it's brings up a 4th down situation, and this time they will indeed punt. 4th and 9, and you just look at the tendencies all day long, and going for that would be an awful tough call and a lot to ask for. Parlow back at his own 20-yard line, who punted away. They have confidence in their defense. There's a lot of statistics, a lot of record-breaking teams, a big scoring. The offense gets a lot of credit, but through the week, the paper has got a lot of time to concentrate on some special features, and the defense has gotten its due. The ball just died out there at the 37-yard line of the Gate City Blue Devils. Don't take over there. Not a bad punt, but you don't get any roll out of it, and just bounces right in the middle of the field in the mud. And 27-yard punt, not great for Michael Partlow, but these are the conditions you're dealing with. We talked about it all afternoon long, and you can see right in the middle of the slop.
The key thing with these bad conditions on those punts is to get a good snap. The snaps have been good. He's been able to handle them. There was rush. The first one was blocked. His first punt of the day only went 11 yards. It was blocked, but he's got the last 2 off successfully, and that's given them decent field position.
Well, apparently, underneath center, Josh Shoemaker, the quarterback. Claybaugh in motion. Rolling to his left is quarterback Shoemaker. He decided to take off, but he was hesitated, but now Handley knocks him out of bounds, and after all that, he only picks up 3 or 4 yards across the 40 to the 42-yard line of the Handley Judges. They're going to give him 5 on the play. 9:23 to go in the ball game now. Final quarter of the Group AA Division III Championship. Gate City giving the Handley Judges all they can handle.
Playing good offensive ball control. They've not done much in the 3rd period, but we're into the 4th now. The key now is not to turn the ball over on each offensive side of the ball. You want to control the ball and move the football. Try to get it up the field to get field position. Field position turning out to be key here in the 3rd and 4th period.
That's Wes Ford coming out to the right side, and they hand off up the middle. Handley stops them with nothing but a little gain. Clouds rolling in above, a cloudy day, rain all day long for the state championship game. The Southwest Virginia area, after a Vipperman tackle, really a strong team. Strong team. 3 teams from this immediate area are in the championship game today. Division 4, which features most of the other Northwestern District teams, like a Parkview or a Broad Run. Spotsylvania playing Amherst there. Spotsylvania beat Fauquier in their first game of the playoffs this year. 3rd down and 2. 8:37 to go. Important one here. See what the Judges' defense does. They hand it to Gibson. Gets the first down. Crossed up the midfield. First down, Gate City. The fullback, Gibson, goes off the left side. A big boy. 170, not tall, 159, 170.
Player down for the Judges. Can't tell who that is with the dirty uniform out there, but he's being attended to right now, as that'll stop play here in the 4th period, as they just picked up their 10th first down of the contest. Handley also with 10. Each team with 3 turnovers right now through in midway into the 4th period.
You have a lot of confidence in your defense. I was just wondering if there's a little concern. This is Gate City's kind of game. They've come from behind several times this year, including twice in 3 playoff games in the 4th quarter to score more than 1 time.
Keith Covert getting up slowly there. Looks like he's limping on that left leg, possibly a left knee there, being assisted off by 2 of the coaches and assistants.
He had trouble with an ankle earlier in the year, late in the regular season.
Surprised we haven't seen more of that with these poor field conditions.
He still played, but he didn't get the start as often near the end. He comes off with some assistance and hope he'll be okay. Looks like the left ankle, left leg. Gate City, short of midfield, they pick up the first down and work with the power I formation. They give it to Gibson, and he stops by Handley. Jason LaRue also had some help from Jerron Smith. I was just noticing some of Gate City, and that doesn't mean I wonder if they're doing a good job on the line. None of their jerseys are dirty, meaning they haven't hit the deck. I was just kind of shocked that that was the center, Jason Kilgore, but I guess, Handley doesn't even line up on the center, so, his jersey is bright out there, Matt McClellan. He's bright white numbers.
The dark jerseys don't tend to show that dirt as well as those white ones do.
I guess. The white numbers are still very visible, though. Gibson up the middle for about 5 yards. It'll be third down and short for, well, actually, I was giving him more, your knee touches, and you look at him picking up 2 or 3 more yards, but they back it up to the, they do mark it at the 46. Inside Handley territory. Third down short, 12-7 still. A running clock favoring Gate City.
This is where the Handley defense needs to step it up here late into the fourth period. They've done it all season long. They've done it in the previous 3 playoff games, and now they're called on to do it again. Stop this rushing attack on third and short.
Junior Jason Brown leading cheerleader from the sideline. They stop him. They stuff him. The defense interior line rises up. LaRue getting off the pile, but it was all Borden was in there. Jamie Jones.
Official signaling fourth down. They put the fist up. It's very close.
I don't know if this is a new twist, but Brian Cavill coming in on defense for the Handley judges. They want some crowd noise, and now the Handley maroon and white turned to dark brown. I was hoping a Handley judge would come off the field. Stephon Johnson out. They're going to put more beef up front. Brian Cavill, our offensive guard, comes in. So Handley has 7 men up on the line of scrimmage. Now it's as many as 8. Fourth down and short. Sneak. It's going to be close. Looks like he does have the first down. They penetrated through the 40-yard line to the Handley 39. First down, Gate City. They're running exactly what they want. 12-7. Gate City trails Handley. 6:03 to go, and they're on the move on the ground. Slow and methodical.
Clock ticking as they keep this running game going. Not very fancy. It's not pretty. They're just taking it up the middle, off guard, off tackle. Not many things wide. The running quarterback went wide a few times. There he kept it up the middle to pick up the first down.
Play ball goes in motion. Handoff Gibson stopped at the line of scrimmage by the Handley judges. Vipperman, the first man there. Dropped them for a loss. They'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Gate City Blue Devils. They needed a big play. Gate City wants to run the clock, ball control, and score late, and they've been doing that, and Handley hasn't had the ball a lot this second half. Uncharacteristic, but you attribute that to the field condition and give Gate City a lot of credit, but Handley's defense has risen to the occasion just when needed.
And they're going to be called on again. Second and long, Brooks and Vipperman, the linebacking core in there to stuff Gibson on that run play.
5 men on the line of scrimmage. Got a 2-deep zone with Westfall and Partlow. They give the ball off to Clayball after they had the quarterback almost sacked, and they still stop behind the line of scrimmage. So the Handley defense, the last couple of plays, 2 straight plays for losses. And now the crowd is into it. The Handley faithful traveling more than 350 miles from home in hopes of seeing a 1994 state championship from their beloved judges. 12-7. We've got 4:24 to go. You saw the clean jersey of Wes Ford heading into the game earlier.
Gate City probably looked at 2 plays here with their running game, not the big passing game. So look for 2 plays to try to get that first down.
3rd and 12 from the 37. Backs are split. Back to pass is Shoemaker. Some pressure. He's hit. Falls in the air and batted down. He would have been ineligible anyways. And the ball just drops and sits there at the 40. You see Jerron Smith celebrate a little bit. Big play by the judges. 3 straight plays of defense. Bringing it home. Now brings up a 4th and 12. And what do they do here? Craig Carter, the puncher, coming on.
They figure they're going to put their defense on the field, too. They rely on their defense heavily. They want their defense to try to stop the judges' offense now and try to get that football back. 4 minutes to go. Clock stopped.
The quarterback is in the game as a blocking back, and I thought he was a decoy before, but I don't think they'll fake it here. 4th and 12. They still trail it. Exactly 4 minutes to go. They're going to punt it away. And it's fielded by Westfall. Westfall takes off at his 20, hit by the 21. Tackled there by a host of Gate City special team players off the bottom of the pile. Matt McClellan. The Clayballs were also there. Matt Clayball, number 2. And they'll set out 20-yard line. No big deal for Handley, but their offense has struggled this afternoon. And the crowd is in it with 3:50 to go.
Handley with 2 timeouts left. Gate City with all 3 timeouts left. Here with 3:45 left, clock running. Handley needs to get some first downs to control the ball and run the clock out.
Very rare, Craig. They've got an I formation. If they've done that at all this year, it's been very rare. I think that's I formation. Give to the second man through. Kern, he's loose off the left side. 40, 35, 40, 43-yard line. Big play by the Handley judges. Trey Kern, mobbed by his teammates, picks up 21 yards as they go with the I formation. I thought it was Brooks. Stephon Johnson plays, but Jerome Brooks, the blocking back. But Kern used his speed, just went outside.